left off and wins at Daytona. And Kevin, Atlanta is it's still one of the more fun tracks on iRacing. We both like it. I mean, I'm not about Jake, but I mean, he has a unique taste for tracks. But Atlanta is definitely one of the better tracks on the service just because of its multi-groove functionality. I don't know if that's a thing, but these guys are going to be all over the place at this track tonight.
Yeah, and you'll see, especially in turns 1 and 2, the High Line will be the place to be. A little bit of shade up there. As you can see, Gary Owen right now in qualifying, towards the tail end of qualifying, running that High Line, and that will be the preferred groove in 1 and 2, but 3 and 4, a little bit of a different story. You can pretty much run all the way down to the white line, all the way up against the wall. So these guys are going to have to negotiate not only, their surroundings with the, competition and, lap traffic and all that, but they're also going to have to find out what's the best way to get around here.
Well, let's run through our starting grid for tonight's race from Atlanta Motor Speedway. This graphic's so cool, I haven't seen it yet. Nonetheless, on the pole, Ryan Vargas, actual NASCAR Series driver Ryan Vargas. He's got Michael Frisch to his outside. And we'll just keep running down through the grid. You'll see them scroll across the bottom of your screen. Guys, I'm curious, who's somebody you're looking at here, whether they're in the top 5 or in the back of the field, that you're thinking, yeah, this is going to be the guy, he's going to be the one to win tonight?
I mean, is it obvious? It was in the Twitter. Who's going to beat Michael Cozy tonight? And I think the guy that might be able to do it is on the front row in this event in the 58. I think he's going to have something to say for it. And Michael Frisch, a couple of these guys up front, Brio the Prad.
David Schildhouse is back.
Whoa.
Wanted to point that out. Sorry, Kevin.
Also, I want to make a note, and this is to Zach, we're in preseason. I love the James Hilton number 58. I can appreciate it for Michael Frisch.
Okay.
On the ticker. I'm a huge fan of James Hilton.
19 drivers officially are here. I don't know where to go from that. I mean...
Kevin just lobs it up with no one to finish it.
Future Hall of Famer, come on.
If you had to ask me who's going to get this thing done, I would agree with Michael Frisch because he will tell you endlessly that I passed Ray Alfalla here in the trucks once. So he'll tell you that to his wit's end. But another guy that we could see taken down is Brio LaPrade, one of the stronger drivers in the field. He's without his teammate Anthony Alfredo this week. But Brier's starting 4th there, so look for that number 35 to be up there as another possible winner tonight here at Atlanta.
Just have to wait and see. I was worried about Frisch there not making the grid, but he got in right on time, so...
Does it on purpose.
Yeah, well, I mean, just builds to the anxiety, I guess, builds to the drama. But nonetheless, we will get the green flag. 100 laps up on the board. Stages tonight, 25. And at the end of lap 25, then the end of lap 50. And then we'll go the final 50 laps for stage number 3.
Travis said he was texting. I'm not sure what... That's why he's so far back.
In Georgia.
That's a lesson for you all. Don't text and drive.
There he is. Field's halfway down the backstretch. He's coming at it too. So we call that O'Neilling, based off of Tyler O'Neill, because he's always on his phone no matter what. So drivers, and if you're about to get your real life license, if you're watching this, put your dang phones down when you're driving. There's a lot more stuff to pay attention to. Just a PSA.
Field comes through 3 and 4, and Ryan Vargas has a lot. I think that's a fine for screwing that up.
Woo! Great start.
Ryan Vargas has a lot to pay attention to. He's going to bring us down to the green flag. The pace car will kick up the dirt on pit road, and we are racing at Atlanta. Not a great start from Vargas. Frisch gets pushed out in front. LaPrade's going to go with him. Here comes Keplinger. Holy crap, where did Travis come from? He almost hit the wall into turn 1.
Travis is just making everything work, from being on his phone to catching up to the starting grid to passing people right at the start. He's following Cozy up through there as he took advantage of Ryan Vargas's mishap there on the start. But Cozy's going to settle himself into the top 6. And right now, Kevin, our picks, Michael Frisch and Brio LaPrade are 1-2.
Yeah, Ryan Vargas, I don't know if he started in the wrong gear or lost control of it. I didn't really take and see what happened there. We'll have to maybe get a replay. But Ryan Vargas all the way down back, battling for the 4th position, trying to rebound a little bit. But like you mentioned, Michael Frisch in the lead. And right now they're running the bottom. I might be saving some tires because right now that second lane is starting to show up. Justin Champagne, we saw him in the 23 last week, saw him in 23 now. He's battling for 3rd now.
Gotta wonder how long it'll be till these guys start to slide up the racetrack entirely and use that outside line. We saw it a lot last night in the practice race. They come roaring off corner number 4. It's still a Pratt in 2nd. Frisch leads. Then Champagne holding on to 3rd with Keplinger holding on in 4th. And you got Vargas 5th and Cozy in P6. Back to 2.
So I got to think that these guys, as you said, Kevin, they're going to be sticking to the bottom for the first part of this race to conserve their tires, maybe washing up the track later to kind of get the run off. But these cars get so, I don't want to say undrivable at this track because these cars have a lot more power.
Oh, someone's in the fence. Is that Cisco? That's Keenan. Keenan, the 03's in the fence.
Yep. One of the Team Rick, I almost called them Team Rick Ware cars. Team Rick cars up there.
Oh, that's a
Near the wall. Sorry.
On fire today, Jake.
Yeah, it just on fire, burning the house down. Not like on fire in a good way. Here they come off too. Vargas is taking 3rd. Champagne's falling back to 5th. You got Malillo back there in the back of this little mini pack here, trying to work his way through on the bottom side.
You guys
Look at
notice
Michael
just how much
Cozy.
purple is up there? There's a lot of purple cars up at the front here. Frisch has got purple. Breyer's got purple. Vargas has purple.
That's pink.
Okay. Thank you, Zach.
Thank you, Zach, for the words of wisdom. It's October. Yes, it is. Of course, Breast Cancer Awareness Month, but yeah. Stating the obvious, Zach Johnson, it is indeed. Fact checkers agree. October. All right.
Look at Michael Cozy. He started in 12th position. These guys have been trying to save their stuff on the inside line. Cozy says, all right, I'll just pass everybody. But in the first 5 laps in, he's already gone from 12th to 2nd, and he's making it known, yeah, you guys aren't going to beat me this week either.
Go figure, right? Michael Cozy Jr., car to beat every week. The theme holds true, and he's going to go to the outside of Frisch, pull to the back bumper, down the back straightaway. Let's see if he decides to go to the inside. Going to stay right with him. Frisch takes the high line. That'll allow Vargas to come down low.
And Vargas takes a look to the inside of Cozy for a second. He's got Briar LaPrade right behind him in the low line. Also got Trey Normile right up there, and that's Cyan. I'm going to call it Cyan, number 85. As you're on board with Vargas right now, take a look at the side-by-side battle for the lead. Michael Frisch on the bottom side, Michael Cozy Jr. on the top, and if history is any indicator here, Cozy's going to run off the corner, and he is clear of Frisch, so new leader, the 99. Shocking.
It only took 6.5 laps, but Michael Cozy Jr. is back out in front. He won at this racetrack to end the season last year. And, of course, he did not win the first stage. That belonged to Dale Reynolds. He started on pole, but
We got
Cozy...
trouble. Front straightaway car is in the grass. That is the 25 of Lula Snaka. And he's going to get it going, but...
No caution.
No caution, but they're kind of battling for, I don't want to say last, but close to it. It looks like he and Dale Reynolds got together, and Keenan Kusin finished him off.
Yeah, Lowell got pushed up the hill, got loose, and then Keenan had nowhere to go. Got into the back of him and spun him through the infield grass. Great call from Sean. We keep rolling. He's about to get lapped already because the field's coming off turn 4 with Cozy leading the way, and then everybody else single and double wide behind him. How about Trey Normile sliding up into P4?
Look at that bright, like Sean said, cyan.
Cyan.
Finally understood what cyan is. We'll go to Windshield Deep to find out the story behind that. But he's doing a good job so far this week. I know he was in the action last week at Daytona. He also started outside the top 10. He started in 14. These guys still battling for the lead. He's all the way up to 4th. Ryan Vargas still trying to rebound from his mishap on the initial start. He's rebounded back to 3rd. But these guys are side by side all over the place. And I think they know got a stage caution coming up in about 15 or so laps. So these guys are going to be aggressive here until we get that caution on lap 25.
Speaking of side by side, here comes Frisch down low, trying to get by Cozy, slides it on up. We got one on the wall. That's the other Rick Ware car. Rick Ware. Dang it! Team Rick.
That's on
Get it right. I'll get it right. The other Team Rick car in Cisco. We got hit by the and meanwhile, we're 3 wide for the lead. Vargas trying to go up the middle.
Ryan Vargas trying to make the aggressive move up the middle. He does not drive for Rick Ware, but going off of turn number 4. good job by him to be aggressive. But as Kevin mentioned, it didn't take long. I thought it would take a lot longer for these guys to start mixing the lines up. They're not really running the top here. They're running more so in the middle in turns 1 and 2, but you can only expect them to drift up higher as these tires start to wear out, as Cozy's starting to drive away, as they're still side by side between Frisch and Vargas for second.
Yeah, the battling's going to help Cozy pull away here. Looks like Vargas might be able to pull it around the high side, and he can. He'll take over second. You got Rumgator there. Trey Normile almost got squeezed into the wall by Frisch. Frisch will defiantly hang on to P3.
Oh, they're 3 wide, a little further in the back. David Schildhouse, Joey Stone, the teammates. We haven't seen them working together. They're trying to plow their way through traffic as they're side by side with Davin Cornelius. This is a good little group to be watching back here. A little action.
What a colorful battle. You got Davin in the purple, you got David Schildhouse in the, what is that, light blue and pink and yellow, and, then and also in the light blue and pink and yellow. Got a lot, and you got Travis in the gray, and whatever that is.
And the taped on number 01.
He needs to fix that. We need to get a permanent number placement on there. They're about to be 4 wide going through 1 and 2. Holy cow.
A little front end damage on the front of Davin Cornelius' car.
Well, I think
Just goes in the fence.
I think he hit Cisco the last time he got the fence off turn 2. This time he stays off of him, but Cisco going to lose more spots. Now Davin's in the wall. He's going to lose 2 spots.
This is a short track or something. You got guys hitting the wall all over the place, but not bad at damage as Travis Brown is going to skirt through. Cisco Scaramuza making that work. He's got left rear damage and right front damage, the damage you do not want to have at any means whatsoever in a track like this, but Travis is going to try to make that very high lane work. He's going to have to run off the corner. He's going to back out of it as Cisco slides up, and he's in the wall again. So that's he's making it every lap so far, hitting the wall.
Oh, there goes Troy. Oh, there goes Davin onto the apron because Cisco couldn't hold it up there. He hangs on. He's going to lose 2 more spots. I think he might have a little more damage. But Cisco just couldn't hold it up there. It bounced off the wall one too many times, and it came down into the 77.
Thankfully, we have fast repairs in this race as well. Davin just had nowhere to go as Cisco pulled it off the outside wall. Has a little bit of damage, got it back gathered up, so no caution. Still green here, but that 77 has sustained a ton of right front damage, and he's going to finally recover all the way back in 17th. He's about 7.5 seconds behind our leader as these guys now battling for second. Ryan Vargas is now taking over the second position when Michael Frisch wants it. He's all over the rear end of that car.
And he's going to go to the outside. Vargas is going to leave him the room. Here comes Frisch upstairs on the 6 into turn 1.
Look at this. The belated birthday boy celebrated a birthday a couple days ago, so happy late birthday, Michael Frisch. He's going to go around the outside. Here comes Brian LaPrade now to the outside of Ryan Vargas, so move the 35 into third. And all this is happening behind Cozy, and Cozy, they're 3 wide again, stagger 3. Here comes LaPrade through the middle. He's going to have the run off the corner. Vargas will slide in behind, and now it's a side-by-side battle again for second.
Here, off the outside, he's right to the back bumper. He can't peek to the inside. I think LaPrade got the wall on entry.
What's up with everyone hitting the wall in the middle of backstretch? That's like 4 or 5 cars I've seen now hit the wall going down the back into turn 3. But Breyer keeps it together, looking a little bit further back in that Kodak looking. I don't even know what it's something. It's certainly in a different number placement. Some people may not like it. But Caleb Hoffman back here battling with...
Oh, it looks like the 85 of Trey Normile gets in the wall off of 2. Look, everyone, as you said, Kevin, is hitting the wall down the backstretch. That's going to let Justin Champagne kind of slide on through there, and the number 23 there. He's kind of moved up a little bit. Champagne has started back in 8th, finds his way up to 5th now as look who's sliding in behind Normile. David Schildhouse making his return to the racetrack and streaming now as he's got his new digs all set up finally. Only took him about a month, but nonetheless, David Schildhouse back in that advanced GG number 20, and he's making some passes as he'll take over the 6th position from Normile off the 2.
Well, to be fair, they lost his stuff.
Yeah, I know. We're not going to mention that.
Yeah.
Although Kevin just did, so I guess we are mentioning it. Thank you, Kevin.
Where's the moving truck?
I don't know the story behind this. Did they lose it, and that's why he was waiting for forever, or...
I don't know the whole story, but I just, checked Twitter, and yep, they couldn't find it still. They don't know where it is. It's like when you watch your DoorDash driver, and they're driving the opposite direction on the opposite side of the road. They're in another neighborhood, and it's like, oh, but they're cool. They're on their way here. Oh, nope, they're passing my house. Okay, well, I guess they're not coming.
Unreal.
But guess who is coming? David Schildhouse. He is in 5th.
Wow.
So Schildhouse takes it over P5. He's going to try and reel in Vargas now. There's a good gap between those two. 2 seconds it is. Frisch and LaPrade still having a good battle, and they've got Cozy here for the lead. They've been able to reel him in a little bit.
I did notice that. So they've been running along maybe the middle on the racetrack in 3 and 4 and the very top in 1 and 2. So they're making it work as LaPrade driving right up to the newest pro license acquirer, Michael Cozy Jr. He will have the black stripe very, very soon. So congratulations to him. Great accomplishment. But I think all 3 of them, I think Michael Frisch did make it. Brian LaPrade made it. So all 3 of these guys, you'll see them in the Contender Series later on.
Else is we have 2 laps now until the stage break. The pits have closed, so if you want to pit now, don't. Really that simple. As here comes LaPrade on the white line. He's going to get close to the back bumper of Cozy, but Cozy's just going to launch off the corner.
LaPrade tried to carve into that lead by going to the inside line. Didn't make it work. Here comes Frisch now trying to get that second place position back as we're going to have the white flag here on stage 1. Hoffman is out.
Rusty. Gary Owen and Rusty involved on the back straightaway. Caution flag is out, and it looks like, well, we'll get a replay. But we talked about it last week with Rusty watching the broadcast. I don't know if that's what happened here or not, but nonetheless, we're under caution for the first time tonight.
What's happening with turn 2? People hitting the wall. It's not like it moves. Just reaches
Kevin.
out and grabs you.
So Darlington-esque here at Atlanta. So Rusty tried to pull the slide job there, but it obviously did not work at all. So slides up into the wall.
Oh.
Absolutely nowhere for Gary to go. Nearly get some action with more traffic going by, and Caleb Hoffman almost wanted to get a piece of it. But that's going to bring the caution out, and presumably it's going to bring everybody to pit road.
So this is the stage caution. So Cozy wins stage 1. He gets the pride of winning stage 1.
Right.
We'll talk to him here after pit stop. Says it's lunchtime at the zoo. Everybody down onto pit road.
You gotta imagine 4 tires all around. You would have to be very.
Travis missed his stall, and he's still not in it. There he goes.
There we go. He got it.
Hey! Oh, he's got to go back. Here we go.
He missed it by quite a bit.
You know, it's probably because his pit board is gray, like his roof, and he probably can't see it because it matches the same color as the background of the track, and he's just missing it. Maybe he needs to.
Brad wins the race off pit road, and it's Vargas, Champagne, Frisch, Joey Stone, the top 5. Everybody taking 4 tires and fuel. Some of those in the back of the field taking damage repair there after hitting the wall. So let's talk to our stage winner, Michael Cozy Jr. If I can remember how to do this. Okay,
I got him.
Bring him up for me. Thank
you. Are you ready, Jake? I got ready.
Yes.
Here he is. It's Michael Cozy Jr., Jake.
At least somebody's paying attention. Here's Cozy, stage 1 winner. Didn't start out front. You didn't even qualify, so you started toward the back, and it took you 7 laps to get up to the front. How long are you going to stay up there? How long do you think you'll stay up there, even though P12 now after pit stops?
Yeah, we had a slow one there, but we'll get back up through here, and we'll see how long it takes. Hopefully be there by the end of the stage, but if not, we got plenty of the whole second half after that, so should be a fun little drive here.
How's the car out on the racetrack? Clearly you were in traffic, then you were out of traffic. How do you think the thing handles?
Handles like a cinder block. It's not great, but it's fun for like the first probably 10 laps. Luckily, I kind of got out front and had clean air for the first little bit there. So and once the tires wore off, I was in clean air. But even still, it drives like a cinder block. So just tight. I'm surprised. I'll probably smoke the wall at one point here. We'll see.
You want to be the first one. Don't worry.
Well, best of luck here in stage 2, and potentially we'll talk to you at the end of stage 2. Good luck.
All right, have fun.
There's Michael Cozy Jr., your stage 1 winner.
You forgot to ask him the question, Jake. You're supposed to ask him if the car's yiggling.
I mean, if it's acting like a cinder block, I don't think the word yiggling will be used much tonight.
You never know.
Yeah. If it's driving like a cinder block, it ain't yiggling too much. Unless he's got somebody moving him, it ain't yiggling. Here's LaPrade and Vargas leading us down. Green flag, stage 2 underway from Atlanta.
Side by side, Vargas gets a much better start than the initial start. He's able to keep up there, so still side by side. Frisch is through to second. He's clear, and he's going to slot in right in front of Justin Champagne. How about the other Justin Malillo right here, P5 right now.
Yeah.
Working the top side. There's staggered 3 wide behind him. Cozy's trying to make his way up. There's madness going on in the second stage as they work their way through 3 and 4.
Trey Normile stuffed it up the middle, made it work. Cozy's going to do the same thing. Schildhaus is there as well, as these guys are just sprawling out here in the back of the field trying to go everywhere. The problem is they can't go anywhere right now because they got slower guys in front of them. Vargas with the lead, LaPrade in second, then it's Frisch. Malillo, Stone side by side for P4. Really, it's a battle from second on back. Vargas has been able to scoot away.
Side by side throughout this entire top 10. Now the first battle for position as Joey Stone goes the outside is for that second position. I'm sorry, the third position. Brian Vargas already setting sail here from the lead. Here comes Stone on the outside. Here comes Cozy underneath Normile for the 7th position on the inside. And right there, Justin Malillo, he was on the outside a few laps ago battling for a top 5. He's now been relegated to the inside. Then only 3 wide as Normile gets into the back of Cozy, and these guys stack up behind him in turn 2.
Malillo slid up the racetrack a little bit. I thought he was going to get into the car on the outside, but they were able to hang on. So we're still green. We're still rolling. Nobody has jumped it yet. Here comes Cozy up on the outside of Frisch. This is for P5. He gets into the top 5. Trey Normile on the outside trying to go with him.
And Michael Frisch is in the, it appears to be the save heavily stage of his race. So he is getting passed left and right. So he's going to try to keep the tires on it. Cozy's still trying to drive up through the field. First battle on the racetrack is that second place battle just up ahead. There you see Joey Stone and Briar LaPrade going at it. Joey, we kind of ridiculed him last week for being constantly out of the draft at Daytona. He's making up for it, though, with a solid run right now, going to the outside of Briar LaPrade, looking to bring his teammate David Schildhaus along with him.
Well, these are his favorite racetracks here. You know, he's won at Michigan in the past when this thing was on heat. He did great at Michigan last year when we were on iRacing. I don't remember much when we were here at Atlanta last year, so I can't tell you exactly where he finished, but nonetheless, a great showing early from Joey Stone. We'll see if he can keep this going the rest of the stage as we are inside 20 to go in the stage.
Shown his muscle early as Joey Stone. He has now taken that second position away from Briar LaPrade. It looks like Briar's doing the same strategy that Michael Frisch has decided to commit to this stage 2. Save a little bit of tires on that inside as the rest of the field goes to that second and third lane. Here comes Cozy back. Restarted 12. Once again, restarted 12 after starting 12 tonight, winning stage 1. He's looking to do the same thing again. He's already made his way up into the top 5. Snarling behind him is the rest of the field. You got Travis Brown trying to get back as well. He's looking to the outside of Frisch, but behind him in that number 60, here comes Eric Keplinger in that number 60. He's in 8th, trying to get 7th.
Now here comes Schildhaus down underneath the Stone as they head down to turn 1. Vargas has a 1.3 second lead. Schildhaus runs the middle line. That's going to push Stone up the hill. Vargas, no, that's Cozy there in the middle. Then you Brad behind. Here comes Cozy down low. Going to go for the 2-piece into 3.
Let's see if he can make it work. Goes to the bottom, does Cozy right on that white line. Look at Schildhaus pinching him down there. But he looks like he's going to pass Joey Stone. He slides up in front of him, and now he's going to have some help on that outside lane to maybe get around Cozy. So these guys have the preferred passing line, but in terms of saving tires, they're only heating them up. As right now, Schildhaus fending off Cozy right now. They're still side by side off the 2.
Oh, and Cozy lost, able to hang on. That thing got loose. LaPrade had to lift as well.
Whew. A lot of action already here in this first 35 laps. It's been fun to watch these guys navigate all the way against the white line on the bottom. Oh, Joey Stone almost got into the side of Cozy there, but it looks like every lane works, especially in 3 and 4. 1 and 2 looks like we said in pre-race, right up against that wall is where you want to be if you want to be the fastest. Briar LaPrade about hitting the wall in 1 and 2, right behind the 58 of Michael Frisch. Looks like Cozy finally settles in line. He will finally get off that bottom. He will settle for 4th for right now. But look at Travis Brown. We made fun of him for missing his pit stall, but he's recovered real nicely. He's now 7th. He got away from that battle for 7th with Keplinger, but now he's trying to get under the back end of LaPrade here and go for 6th.
Yeah, I don't know if the same strategy applies for Travis, either going to bring home the steering wheel or the checkered flag, but nonetheless, he's out there with a good run so far. Here comes Cozy back underneath Stone as they come off 2.
Cozy trying to get that bottom lane to work. He hasn't really been able to. The line has really migrated up to that middle to high line. Frisch is trying to follow Cozy through, perhaps even make it 3 wide off the corner. He thinks better of it. LaPrade running that line back there, running the top. He'll file back in line. So these guys will all be pretty much single file. I got another battle just behind these guys. Eric Keplinger and Trey Normile are going at it. That's for the 9th spot back there. So a lot of different battles happening as they're still really close off of turn number 2. Stone's going to fend him off, and Cozy got to wait to get that bottom lane to work. He's still relegated back to 4th.
Yeah, Cozy's got a conga line up there. Stone, Frisch, the Brad was up there, Brown was up there. Now they kind of fan out, and yay, that was close off the corner.
I don't know if he'd be able to replicate that sound even if he wanted to out of turn 4 there, Jake. But these guys are just, Brian LaPrade's in the wall, running 2, hits the wall, and that's going to stack him up. Here comes Justin Champagne on the inside line, so take him out of this battle from 2nd, about 7th. But now, once again, they're still side by side. That's going to be Frisch and Cozy. That'll be for the 4th position. At the same time, while these guys are battling from 2nd on back, Ryan Vargas is just chilling about a 1.5 seconds in front of these guys, just saying, hey, just keep on doing what you're doing. I want to win this 2nd stage as we work lap 40.
He's just chilling.
He's got a real ride one of these days. He's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly what that car looks like, too. Exactly.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be awesome if that exact car was on a real track?
Someday. Maybe someday.
We've almost got trouble. He saved it. That's Trey Normile. Got the wall off 2. Made a chicane there on the back straightaway, but straightens her out.
He said, my bad, my dog was steering.
not a reliable substitute, I would say.
Don't want to do that. So everybody's hit the wall at least once, it seems, including Trey Normile's dog. So that's a good stat to have as this race goes along.
Question is, who gets the points? I guess whoever started the race, right? NASCAR rules?
I would say so. Joey Stone just hit the wall halfway down the back. What is going on here in the back straightaway? That's the wall. I guess I'm starting to believe Kevin now. It's got something has been altered to that wall.
Oh, Shieldhouse is in the fence.
Oh,
More wall hits. Another one.
did it again! Is his dog driving? What is going on?
He just moved.
Okay.
You can't be hitting the wall twice when you come back.
I'm going to develop a conspiracy theory here. You know, when you go to the arcade and the basketball hoop starts moving left and right, I wonder if the wall's doing the same thing.
We having an earthquake?
Oh, man. I don't know about it in Atlanta. Rusty Walrus is in the wall up for 2. What is happening right now? Everybody is hitting it. Rusty has lost a considerable amount of time, but he has no rear end on that car anymore. What has he done to that car to make that thing? I don't know.
Is he saving his faster
Probably.
pair?
Yeah, I was going to say, probably that last wreck and saving his faster pair. He was in the box for 57 seconds, and he still has his faster pair. The only person that's used it, Justin Malillo. Everybody else still has their faster pair in their pocket.
That has the rumblings of, oh, man, I forgot my faster pair was still checked.
It's possible.
Ryan Vargas still out in front. Starting to close the gap, though. Michael Frisch down to 0.8 of a second. Was about a 1.5 seconds, 5 or 6 laps ago. Here comes the number 58 of Frisch once again. Stone nearly hits the wall. Here comes Cozy behind him. Things starting to finally spread out from 2nd on back. Schildhouse in 5th. Travis Brown now in 6th as Briar LaPrade once again concedes another position to now Justin Champagne in the 7th position. Briar LaPrade 8th. Dale Reynolds, we haven't talked about him tonight. He's settled in 9th position, having a quiet night. And Justin Malillo with his only faster pair used. That's unfortunate. He's our top 10.
Ouch.
We bring it back to turn 1. Vargas, well, the gap is no longer a second. It's down to half a second. Frisch is reeling him in. Cozy just pulled a slide job on Joey Stone. Stone cuts it back underneath down the straightaway here. Great battle for third, and Stone's going to clear him back to 3.
And for those of you keeping track at home, Keenan Kusin has hit the wall as well. We're keeping track of those. But back to this battle here, Michael Cozy and Joey Stone. They're getting really tight. Cozy, he gets he's in the grass. He ramps over the berm of the grass and he keeps it going. Does that qualify as a yiggle, Jake, or is that a?
Is that a hucklebuck?
Is that a hucklebuck or a yiggle?
I think that's called the arrow yiggling. It wouldn't have happened if he didn't have Stone up on the outside, because he had the car up high, took the air off the car, and that just sent him around.
You got to get Landon Castle on the phone here to have him describe what the definition of hucklebucking is, because he coined it. But you're right, Kevin. Michael Frisch, I said it earlier when the run started, he looked like he was in ultra tire saving mode. He has somehow avoided all the calamity between Schilthouse, Stone, Cozy, and Travis Brown back there. He's reeling Vargas in, so he might have something to say about the end of this stage as we're coming to 3 to go.
Oh, Stone's in the wall. Cozy almost got into the back. Stone still in the fence out of turn 2. Man, turn 2 is calamity corner. Might have to come up with a new phrase for all these wall hits. Oh,
look at Travis.
Travis Brown.
Man, oh man, he just sent it into turn 3, and he's going to pay the price. He's going to lose 1 spot, maybe more. We've got 3 to go in the stage.
Oh man, I saw that out of the corner of my eye. I just saw Travis throw it in there.
Are we going to have to coin Hampton hits instead of Darlington stripes? Because right now these guys are all over the place.
How long did you think of that?
About like 3 or 4 seconds to think of it.
That's impressive.
We're in Hampton, Georgia.
There you go.
Not Atlanta.
Yep.
It's all a lie.
Yep. All right.
Next thing you'll tell me Talladega's not in Talladega. I mean,
I hate to tell you, man.
what?
2 to go in the stage.
New Smyrna Speedway is also not in New Smyrna.
Okay, stop. I didn't need all this now.
Indianapolis is not in
Technically
Indianapolis.
not in Pocono.
Oh, Frisch just hit the wall. He adds another name to the hits off of 2.
Oh, and Stone hit the wall again. Here comes everybody.
Oh, God!
They cannot hang on. Travis around. He's going to save it. The caution comes out, but they all hang on. What a job.
That might have been a self-preservation caution. These guys were just getting in their own way and causing too much trouble.
Ben is looking out for the safety of everybody in here.
That was a safety caution, if I've ever seen one.
That was a moon car caution right there. He's seen that happen before, and he's like, yeah, they're not saving this. Let's throw it. So Ryan Vargas is going to win the stage then, since this will be the stage caution. So Vargas, Frisch, Cozy, Schildhouse, LaPrade, Brown, Stone, Champagne, Reynolds, Melillo, the top 10. Here in stage number 2. As there you see the replay of the chaos. Stone hit the wall, and then it all unraveled from there.
This has been probably one of the wildest races I've ever seen. And we only have 19 cars in this field. They are making the most of it out there. And with 100 laps in this race, they're getting all this action packed in the first 2 stages. I cannot wait for the final stages. We have pit stops once again, and I expect to see some people not only take 4 tires, but some people take this one and only fast repair on what might be the last caution of the race here.
You really think this is going to be the last caution?
It's a bold prediction,
Yeah,
Kevin.
they need to pit again here. They can only make it about 27 laps on fuel. So they will need to pit before the end of this race for fuel. They're probably going to do it at least once for tires. If they wreck again, which, I mean, have you seen these last couple of races? Nonetheless, it's going to be Vargas, I think.
No.
Cozy.
No, Cozy got him. Cozy's going to leapfrog Vargas, and Cozy will retake the lead off pit road. Wow.
Do we want to have a word with Ryan Vargas since we talked to Cozy after winning stage 1?
Let's do it, since this is a different stage winner. Let's talk to the driver of the 6.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ryan Vargas.
Well, caution certainly helped you there at the end of that stage, but you got out in front of everybody, let everybody battle it behind you, and you just rode around basically for 23 laps. Take us through that second stage.
Yeah, I mean, I like this track. It fits my driving style really well, and this Swan Security Brand Smart USA Chevy looks really good on the sim, and it's going to look even better this weekend at Texas. So I figured I might as well put it up front. try and put a decent gap on the field, and maybe pull off a lucky stage win. And sure enough, that's what I did. I know Michael P saved his stuff and was coming, so I feel like I maybe could have held him off there at the end, but it would have still been really close. But regardless, a lot of fun racing, a lot of good guys in this race.
50 laps are left here. How do you think these last 50 or so are going to play out?
I am horrible at saving tires on here, so I'm just going to try my best to do that, try and save, but really my goal is just to kind of keep up with Cozy and Michael P and Breyer. I think those guys, they're obviously going to be the ones to beat tonight, so it's just going to be about how I can maintain the track position and capitalize on everybody else's mistakes.
Well, thanks for joining us. Best of luck here in Stage 3, and potentially we'll talk to you at the end of this deal. Good luck.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Ryan Vargas, driver of the 6 here and the NASCAR Xfinity Series. We'll see him at Texas this weekend.
I didn't want to be that guy. I didn't want to give him tips to, a NASCAR driver. I didn't want to say anything.
Come on.
But if he just runs the bottom a little bit, he'll save those tires and he'll be there at the end.
Let the man have fun. What do you got? Do you have to play teacher every time someone's in? They're just having fun.
I will make a remark about when Cozy said this thing is acting like a cinder block. The fact that the fuel cell is as small as it is probably plays a little bit of a factor into that. A little bit of front nose weight instead of all the weight in the rear. I'm sure that's not helping, but we'll have to see. We'll just see how that plays out. That's interesting. I like that. I like the small fuel cell.
Please go into more detail on how that works.
What do you mean?
Back to you, Jacob.
Cool. All right. Half a lap to green. We'll have the restart with... Good grief.
Spinach with Caleb Hoffman back there. Frisch thinks about making it 3 wide. Spinach, not the word. Not the food. I just made that up. Spinach. Spinach. But Cozy is through to the lead side by side for second. There's Brian LaPrade. I don't know why I went to a Minnesota accent there. Right there, Ryan Vargas falls in line. David Schilthouse is up to 4th. And here comes Champagne underneath Justin Malillo for 5th.
So, what do we have? Popeye up in the booth, or Rusty Walrus, since he's from Minnesota? What do we got up here now?
I can do whatever you want.
So Sean has a variety of impressions.
Catalog of accents we could.
You want Jeremy Clarkson? You can do Jeremy Clarkson. You want David Hobbs? You can do David Hobbs.
Oh, David Cornelius is in the wall up at 2 again. What is happening? He took his fast repair.
Oh my gosh! And Joey Stone almost got taken out by Lowell as well down the back straightaway. That got close. They were sideways up in front of him. I think it was Keplinger that I first saw sideways before I saw Davin in the wall. So 45 laps to go. I didn't have to look at the scoreboard for that one. Cozy leads. Then it's Breyer, Vargas, Showhouse, Champagne, the top 5. They're duking it out behind Champagne, though. Fresh trying to get to the outside of the 60. Woo!
Keplinger and Frisch. Frisch saw a hole that was not there, and he made one out of turn 2 on the outside of Keplinger, and that almost took both of them out. But it looks like they're going to drive another lap here around Atlanta Motor Speedway. Here comes Frisch once again. He's looking to get underneath the number 23 of Justin Champagne. He is on a mission to get back to the front. He knows that there's only 44 laps to go.
They're running out of time. And, of course, with Cozy out in front, too, that doesn't really help things. Frisch to the outside again. This time he's going to try and pass Champagne off the corner, and he's going to make it happen around the outside. 58 will take P5.
And Keplinger trying to follow him through. Champagne saw that Frisch was on a mission, so he did the smart thing and conserved his tires and let Frisch go. So what we were talking about, under caution, we do have another pit stop to make, as Jacob mentioned. Now, if we see green flag pit stops here now, because that could get very interesting.
Yeah, it's not easy. Here especially, though. I mean, good luck trying to pit. And I'm sure these guys didn't practice it either because they think, we're going to have a caution before this thing's said and done. So, of course, we're not going to have to pit under green. Right? Right?
When we get we started with I think that would be the sensible strategy. So we'll maybe see guys starting to pit around 25, 24, 23 laps to go. So we're only 17 or 18 laps away from that. So these guys are going to have to start thinking about that. as they're starting to single file out. Caleb Hoffman, the only guy trying to fight for a position at the moment, getting underneath number 27 of Dale Reynolds. But that's definitely going to have something they're going to have to consider as far as when they pit, because as we've seen, the tires fall off very quickly, and saving those tires are just as important as getting those new ones on these cars.
Well, remember, they can only make it about 27 laps on fuel, so they have really no choice but to split this stage in half. Otherwise, you're going to be coasting around this racetrack whether you have fuel in the thing or not.
But Michael Frisch does not care about his tire life right now. He's restarted deep in the field. He's passing David Schilthaus for fourth, but Schilthaus isn't going to make it easy on him. He's going to run that middle lane, get the run off the corner.
Oh,
that's
Travis is in the wall.
Very close. Travis hits the wall for about the 8th time so far this race. That might open the door for Justin Melillo behind him. But Frisch not able to make the pass on Schilthaus, so Schilthaus being very resilient. He wants to keep that 4th spot off of 4.
There really is a lot of pink in the core this year. Like, I didn't realize it until now, which you would think I would have saw it last week at Daytona with the amount of cars packed together, but man alive, there's a lot of pink. A little bit on the 35, on the 6, on the 20, on the 58, on the 53, on the 77, kind of, sort of. That's technically purple, but whatever. It's everywhere.
A lot of bright colors in general on the cars in this league. Now, the one car that we still... Now, if you guys watched last week, there was one set of cars that we were very critical about. Not necessarily about their scheme, but about their number placement, and that was the 49 of Cisco Scaramuza and also the 03 of Keenan Kusin. So they're running the same cars, but as Kevin pointed out, they flipped the roof number up right on cue. Oh man, Keenan, come on, Keenan. They flipped the roof number back to where it should be, but after their performance in this race, I think they might need to flip it back over again, because it might be a bad omen with these guys. Both of them have considerable damage on their vehicles.
My oh my. Yeah, they've been back. They've just been hiding back there. They haven't been able to go forward. Really, the damage doesn't help. They still have their fast repairs, though. So perhaps waiting on a late race caution to come in, fix it up, and give it one last shot.
Well, the bad part is they haven't been racing any of the cars. They've been racing the wall the whole race.
Well, these things happen. How about this battle with Keplinger and Brown? This is for 7th up off the corner. Look out, guys.
Man, Keplinger has been used up on this second half of the race. He almost got wrecked by Michael Frisch on this run, and now here comes Travis Brown on the outside. Justin Melillo, he did take his fast repair, but the car looks pretty clean. And he's trying to make his way through the field. Almost hits the wall on 2. He does hit the wall. Here comes Reynolds on the inside. Has to the place. Goes to the apron in 3. Saves it. Maybe not. Still trying to do it. I think he's got it.
He's coming back.
There you go. He got it. There you go. All right.
Justin Melillo, all right, hangs on to the race car.
Going to lose a handful of positions back now to 13th, but it's better than being in the wall, I guess. But that's going to spread out this field a little bit. These guys had to evade a bunch of Justin Melillo there in 3 and 4. I thought he was going to go flying into the wall at some point. These guys have been all over the place. Keplinger almost goes into the number 27 of Reynolds. These guys are just using up every inch of this racetrack, especially off the corner.
Now, Kevin, we got to keep in mind, too, at this track, if you swerve down the backstretch a little more off the racing line, if you try to turn right slightly, the car just revs up and wants to spin. So these guys got to be careful of that, Jacob. But that might be why we're seeing so many of these guys having trouble saving the cars on the backstretch.
Back to Melillo for a moment, though. He claims he's the worst driver on the service. The worst driver on the service would not have been able to hang on to that race car. I'm sorry.
Come on, Zach.
I don't think I could have hung on to that race car and drive it down into turn number 3. That was a hell of a save.
Producer
from Justin Melillo.
Unbelievable. Just last week he had something on Justin's nameplate. He has something on it this week. I think those two have a bit of a beef, if I do say so myself.
That's already been trademarked, by the way. You can't use that.
No, it hasn't.
Well, Zach does.
I'm sorry, Jake.
No, it's all right. Zach does claim to be slower than Melillo, so we'll see. I don't know.
We're gonna have a duel one day between these two.
Yeah.
Maybe that needs to be. Last year we had the duel between Champagne and Cosman before the All-Star race at this racetrack. God. Maybe that's what we need to do this year. Zach versus Melillo, if there aren't any rivalries throughout the season.
1v1 on Rust.
partnerships are ended there. That's a rough place to end it. By the way, Briar LaPrade is catching Michael Cozy as these guys are side by side again. That's what is it, Brown and Reynolds. Reynolds is starting to make his way through the field. Was barely outside the top 10 before. He's made his way now and put him in 7th. But Briar LaPrade, slowly but surely, as this run comes to a close, as they hit lap 70, they're about to start pitting here in the next few laps. Briar LaPrade has turned it up a little bit slower that lap, but he has caught the number 99 as these guys fan out through the corner, all the way to the bottom, all the way to the top in 1 and 2.
Dale trying to get there. He had a great shot through 3 and 4, just couldn't clear him. And now Travis going to bring that momentum around the outside, take back that position. We'll see how long these guys decide to stay out. The window is pretty tiny for these guys here, so it won't be very long, probably in the next 3 to 4 laps. But you have to worry now. If you crash late in this race, go to overtime, you're probably going to need to pit again at the end of this deal, if not for tires, for gas, because you're probably going to be short.
Which is why I would say, I don't know if Kevin would counteract me here, but maybe you want to go as long as you possibly can on fuel. Plus, you'll have the fresher tires the later you pit. So that's one of the great things about green flag pit stop strategy is everything has a counter. So you got to be prepared for what the move could be. As we see up front, LaPrade, my pick, has closed it up on Michael Cozy Jr. He's there.
He's a-coming. Then, of course, there's a train behind him. Vargas, Schildhouse, and Frisch all hugging the outside wall. They're pretty much huddled together back there.
Oh, I just realized I'm muted. I wanted to mention really
Excellent.
quick that down the front stretch about 2 or 3 times now, Schildhouse has blocked Frisch almost into the wall over and over again. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. But like you said, Sean, the window is definitely about to be open. And, you know, I think you might be correct. I feel like, you know, with this tire that even if it's 3 or 4 laps, the gains that you make just by staying out just a little bit longer are definitely a net positive. So I think these guys are aware of that, and especially with the green-white checkered possibility looming, I think these guys are going to come in regardless. But you don't want to worry about fuel as well in case someone decides to take that chance. But right now, these guys all focused on their current track position. Once again, Briar trying to fight to get to Michael Cozy as Cozy nearly hits the wall out of turn 4. But 3rd, 4th, and 5th are about to be caught by the number 23 of Justin Champagne. He's trying to make his way into the mix.
Champagne is running pretty fast. The only difference is, though, is that Vargas is setting faster lap times than Champagne right now, so he is reeling them in, but Vargas actually starting to close in the gap a little bit with the cars in front of him in LaPrade and Cozy as, well, we're 2 laps away from 25 to go, so 27 to go, coming to 26 to go. Gotta wonder when they're gonna see him pit, because it's gotta be soon. They're battling in the back. Here comes Travis Brown trying to cross it over on Dale Reynolds. Dale's gonna shut the door, cut back to the outside goes Travis. Dale's gonna cover the spot.
I think Dale's got the fresher tires. He's been running the bottom for most of this race. He finally is able to slide up to that top groove, the preferred line in front of Travis Brown, but just behind them, Keplinger tries to get underneath Normile. He gets tied up the corner and has to back out of it. And here comes Gary Owen in that 24 underneath Joey Stone back there. So he's looking to get some spots. So all these guys trying to fight for pretty much the same real estate, but Reynolds still has the lead of all these guys off of 4.
Justin Malillo on pit road, taking his service. Everybody else staying out. I take it back. Lowell coming to pit road this time.
I think the latest you can really pit, especially considering we had a little bit of caution laps between the time they pitted in the green flag, I can go as far as maybe 20 to go. So the window is pretty small, like you mentioned, Jake. So I think if you're going to want to pit, you're going to have to pit really soon here as we see the rest of this battle. These guys are just all over each other from 6th and 7th on back. These guys are all over the inside or the outside line. These guys are basically painting the wall in 1 and 2 as here comes Joey Stone to pit road.
Oh.
Okay, he hangs on. Ooh. Here comes Team Rick. That's, oh my, that's Keenan, the Drift King, drifting it onto pit road. All right. He hung on.
Does all those drifting broadcasts for a reason. He knows how to do it. Not going to benefit him in this race a whole lot, but nonetheless, he makes it in there. The battle for lead is heating up.
No!
Slides off the corner and scrapes the right rear on the wall. That is not going to help him out at all, as Briar LaPrade is going to go to the bottom and take the lead from Cozy. So that damage might play a role in this thing. Cozy trying to fight back off the top line down the back straightaway, but you got to wonder how bad is that damage affecting that number 99.
Well, it's going to mean he's going to be in the pit style. He's going to be in the pit box longer here when he comes to make his stop, unless he uses his fast repair. Vargas still has it. Breyer does not. Here comes Vargas to pit road, as well as Frisch.
Oh, I don't know if Vargas made it in on speed. That was close.
I don't think any of those guys did. They're pretty fast. Pit speed is only 45 miles per hour, I believe, 50 miles per hour. So they might have made it. They just had to get along the binders a little harder than need be.
Champagne in his box, Frisch, Vargas all in, Trey Normile in, Rusty is in. Here comes Cozy through 3 and 4. He is going to pit as well as LaPrade. LaPrade loops it! Saves it! Yes! No, he doesn't!
Oh.
Schildhouse able to get by. LaPrade gonna back it up. Travis locks it up to pit road. Keplinger makes it in. Cornelius locks her up. Coming around to take.
Painting at least.
And Dale Reynolds to pit road.
Here he comes.
I think this might give Vargas.
Gary gonna follow
here.
him.
I think Vargas is going to come out our leader if he can get around.
Yes, I think
Looks like he
so.
will. Yeah.
So everybody else coming in. Vargas is coming up off turn 2 now.
So he should be our leader now. He mentioned in his interview with Jake earlier that he is not the best at saving tires on iRacing, so he's going to have the oldest out of all the guys up at the front that are pitting this late. So we'll see just how much he can save. So Vargas officially takes over the lead now, and he's going to have Michael Frisch in second back there, and pretty much the top 4 guys come out all within 2 seconds of each other.
The only person I think... Cozy just hit the wall off turn 2. Cozy just bounced it off the fence. Here comes Champagne to the inside.
And that changes everything. Now Cozy's going to have to deal with a little bit better tires, but he's going to have a wounded right side as here comes Champagne on the inside, and never mind. He's going to fall back, maybe saving a little bit of tire here, knowing that the guys in front of him have the same tires. And, me and Sean race with them every once in a while. He is definitely one of the better long-run drivers. He knows how to save tires, as well as that guy behind him in Cozy. Despite hitting the wall, he's going to be a threat here at the end.
So we've got 18 to go. It's almost a second and a half between Vargas and Frisch for the top spot. Closest battle is between Cozy and Champagne here for P3. You got Frisch just up the road. You got Schilderhouse a little more than a second behind these guys.
I don't know why I'm just noticing this, and it kind of made me giggle a little bit, but I was looking over the race chat, and when Cisco Scaramuza announced he was pitting, his auto text chat messages going left. And we see that about 4 separate times in the race chat, so I don't know why I thought that was a humorous pit entry message. But nonetheless, off of the corner, you even see on Cozy's car, the right spoiler is a little bit pushed in on that car. There it is. There's significant damage on the right side of Cozy's car. So, Kevin, if you were him, how would you play this as a driver? I mean, the tires are a big thing. You probably won't be able to get up there on speed now that you have aero damage. Do you try to hardcore save and maybe see if the tire life can get you up to the front?
I think you just pretty much just got to go and hoping for a caution, because he doesn't want Champagne to get around him at this point. I think, you got to hope for that last second yellow, because I don't think he's going to be able to catch Frisch. I don't think he's going to be able to catch Vargas, but I think if he can hold off Justin Champagne, I consider that a consolation with that damage. He's going to have to hope for a fast repair here, hope for a caution, but looking at the lap times, things are starting to equalize just a little bit. Michael Frisch just ran a 77, last lap in 88. Michael Cozy just ran an 83. So despite that little bit of damage, he is starting to be a little bit quicker than these guys up front. And actually, Michael Frisch is starting to lose a little bit of ground to our leader, Ryan Vargas. So he is definitely trying to expand that lead. But going back to Cozy, I mean, there's just not much you can really do. I think he's just going to have to push it.
Inside 15 laps to go this time by. Second and a half between Vargas and Frisch. Vargas has not won a race in the core. So even though this doesn't officially count, looking for his first core win nonetheless. That's Trey Normile. He's in P9. He's got Keenan Kusan fighting for 10th. Keplinger right there as well. So Team Rick in the top 10.
I mean, big give a shout out to Keenan. I mean, his car, as we've documented, has been all over the place in this race, but he's somehow found his way into the top 10 as Keplinger trying to make the bottom lane work off of 2. But I think Keenan's got the preferred lane, so he's going to be able to keep the spot here. Now, how far is he going to be able to go with that newly repaired number 03 Mr. Aero HD Team Rick Ford Mustang? As off the corner, though, Keplinger is going to get the spot, so he makes the bottom work.
Bakusan's going to cross him over here. Let's see how it goes in the turn 1. Yeah, oh my.
Man.
These Team Rick cars are having a day. Here comes Gary Owen trying to capitalize on the mistake of Keenan. He's going to go low in that pink and black number 24. Goes to the inside line, going to even out with Keenan. Going to slide it in there. He's actually making up a ton of ground. He was a lot faster last lap, about 2.5 tenths. So looks like Gary pitted a little bit later than Keenan. He's making his way, hopefully, to get a top 10. As right in front of him, Eric Keplinger all over the back of Trey Normile. These guys all over each other into the top lane. As looking back up front, Michael Frisch has cut about 2.5 tenths on Vargas's lead. We may have to keep an eye on that, as these guys are all over the place out of turn 2.
Yeah, Frisch has closed it in a little bit. He's about a tenth a lap faster than everybody else. But we're focusing in on this battle back here for P9 and 10. Keplinger, Normile side by side. Gary Owen sitting in the wings.
I'm just
go back to turn 1. Go ahead, Sean.
I'm surprised that Keplinger is able to make the bottom work as well as he has. Kevin mentioned that he's on those newer tires, so that plays a factor in it. But normally we've seen the guys try to work that top lane at this stage of the run. Keplinger doing a good job of maintaining the tires on that bottom. As here comes Gary Owen to the bottom of Trey Normile, so he's looking to take over that 10th spot as they're now side by side off of 4 again.
The gap down to his second. As Schildhouse bounced it off the fence coming off 2. He keeps his foot in it. Doesn't lose any spots. Doesn't lose a ton of time. Just damaged the right side of the racetrack. Race car. 10 to go from Atlanta.
Looking at the lap times, Vargas just ran a 5:52. Frisch ran a 5:22. So not much gain there, but the big gainer was Michael Cozy, a 3:98, and then Justin Champagne unfortunately falling off to a 6:93. Battle for position. Here comes Dale Reynolds underneath Travis Brown. These guys have been battling each other. I feel like every time we see Travis Brown, he's battling somebody. Right now he's battling Dale Reynolds, and he goes to the bottom. Seems like that inside line is working a lot better than it was at the beginning of the race. I think these guys just running the inside to start the run, put a little bit of rubber down on that inside, make it a little bit more grippy. As I say that, they go right back to the top.
Yeah, just trying to do the best they can. Yeah, the 85 of Trey Normile bounced it off the fence coming off 2. He's good for now. Cozy is starting to reel in Frisch. He was 2 tenths faster that last time by. He's turned on to the jets here.
Man.
Trey Normile must be playing the sim in a zoo. He just said his giraffe ate his monitor.
He's got an excuse for everything. First his dog was steering the car, now a giraffe ate his monitor.
A lot of animals.
Just playing in the Amazon rainforest, I guess. Who knows?
Oh gosh, these guys trying to hit the wall. Heading into turn 1, Owen and Stone nearly got into it. Here comes Owen in that 3rd lane, getting a run on Stone. That's going to be for the 9th position. Rusty on the inside just gets out of the way. These guys are battling. Here he comes on the inside line, and he throws it in there, and it looks like he's already going to clear him. That's going to be a good move for Owen. And his next victim is going to be that Eric Keplinger, number 60. Oh, Rusty is all over the apron. What the heck?
We're not done for the lead quite yet. 5.5 to go, and Cozy has caught Frisch here for second.
I've been looking at that as Michael Cozy with that damage is still reeled him in. Now he's in quite a predicament here. If they want to win the race, they might have to kind of stay in line because Frisch was already catching Vargas, but Cozy not wasting any time off the corner, near contact. But Frisch is going to have the high line for now. Cozy on the bottom with those fresher tires. So let's see what Cozy could do as Frisch does the smart thing and lets him go so they don't lose any ground to Vargas.
Well, and what's hurting Vargas is he's stuck battling with the lap car and Caleb Hoffman. He has not been able to shake that Kodak 92 as we are coming to 4 laps to go. The gap is 0.8 of a second, and Cozy is 0.2 a lap quicker than the 6.
Yeah, Caleb Hoffman, obviously a lap car, but he pitted about 2 laps later than Ryan Vargas, so a little bit better tires, and he's kind of just hounding them. Not sure if he's just not passing them on purpose or if they're just keeping the pace exactly the same, but that's probably a huge distraction for Vargas, as now he's got to worry about not only Caleb Hoffman in his mirror, but he's got to worry about that Logitech G Altus BRS hood getting closer and closer in his mirror as well, as Cozy is making his way through this field, passing Michael Frisch, and now he's about a half tenth, maybe even a full tenth faster than Vargas each lap.
He's got that fishing pole out. We're coming to 4 to go. Hoffman goes down low. Vargas, 3 to go. That's right. I'm looking at Hoffman's lap time and not looking at the leaders. So 3 to go this time for Cozy. The gap is half a second. He's about a 10th faster a lap.
Zach Johnson's going to have a stern talking to with you after this race, the way he's been coming in our ears during this thing. But nonetheless, though, you are right. That 99, we're surprised here. We thought the damage would kind of do him in, but he is the fastest car on the racetrack by a lot. And that lap car is still bugging right now, Ryan Vargas. So you got to think he's getting frustrated there. But 2 laps to go right now. Does Cozy have a realistic shot at this thing?
Ooh. After that move off 4, I don't think so. He lost 0.2. So now he's got to reel him back in. The only thing that could save Cozy would be a caution before they get to the white flag, but I don't think we're going to see that happen. How about this battle back here? You got 2 Canadians in the 77 and the 24 plus Breyer in the 35. Oh, Cornelius gets loose, hangs on to it though. White flag, 1 lap to go for Ryan Vargas. He's got 0.7 of a second over Cozy. The lap car on his rear bumper is Caleb Hoffman. Final time through 1.
Right. Ryan Vargas just got to pretty much survive here. His only enemy at this point is that 92 in Hoffman and himself. But down the backstretch, he's opening that gap on Cozy. White flag in turn 3.
Zach is learning from the best, also known as me, and making mistakes tonight. But
good job, Zach.
Fresh. Threw in everything he had. He's going to slide it off 4. Ryan Vargas, NASCAR driver, is going to win in the CORE and win in Atlanta.
What a job by Ryan Vargas. Claimed that he could not save the tires in this race, but comes home with the victory. Played the strategy right. Went hard ever since he got out of the pits, built up the lead, and they just couldn't reel him in. So big time props for Ryan Vargas. And Michael Cozy with that damage will finish 2nd. Michael Frisch 3rd. Justin Champagne will finish 4th. And David Schildhaus will round out the top 5. Good run by all these guys. That looked like a very fun race.
We only saw 2 cautions. They were for the stages, but also not for the stages. Like, they wrecked, but right on the last laps of the stages. Right. So, technically, with the same amount of cautions that we knew we were going to have, we were able to keep it green that entire 3rd stage.
Zach is just missing the donuts on purpose.
I was saying, Ryan Vargas is doing
there you go.
There it is.
A long time. Burning it down to that Swan number 6. We'll have to get a word with him, but good win for Ryan. I really thought that Cozy and Frisch were going to be able to catch him. Frisch, obviously a good long-run driver, and Cozy had those little bit newer tires, but kind of messed up there, hit the wall out of turn 4. But good win for Ryan. That's a good start for his preseason. Hopefully that momentum carries into the regular season if he decides to join us for all those races.
Vargas going to burn it down, John Force style, down the front straightaway. Headed toward turn 4, keeps his foot in it. Still going.
Harvick-esque.
Yeah, he there's no way he has that much fuel in the thing. Come on.
Just going to burn out the extras.
Burn everything out so they don't have anything to test after the race, right? F1 rules. So Ryan Vargas with the win. Cozy in 2nd, Frisch in 3rd, Champagne 4th, Schildhaus finishes in 5th, Dale Reynolds finishes in 6th. Then it's Travis Brown, Eric Keplinger, Breyer LaPrade, and Davin Cornelius to the top 10.
Looking down further the list, Gary Owen will finish 11th, Joey Stone, Keenan Kusin, Trey Normile, Cisco Scaramuza, Justin Malillo, Caleb Hoffman, Rusty Walrus, and Lula Snaka will round out the field.
Let's talk with our top 3. Of course, 2 out of the 3 of them we've already talked to tonight. We'll start with our race winner in Ryan Vargas. Well, how about that? came away with the win. I'm curious about the lap car that stuck with you there for those last couple laps. Was that any more anxiety onto the finish for you?
Yeah, if I had a mic, I would have definitely keyed up. I was trying to just stay away, stay as far away as possible. Hold up the guards behind me, but don't get near me.
You had a lot of pressure from behind with Cozy. Was reeling you in there in those last couple of laps, but you're able to hang on. Cozy kind of overdrove a corner on exit there, and that just allowed you to scoot away at the end. Pinning under green flag, though, not easy here.
No, not at all. I'm honestly amazed that it didn't say that I was speeding. I mean, I had it locked down. I mean, I'm amazed I didn't A, wreck, or B, get caught speeding, but nonetheless, we made it. Was able to get a good stop and just get out and shuffle in where we needed to. I think when I ended the pit cycle, I was like 1.7 seconds ahead, and it was a lot like that lead that I had during that stage 2 run. So I kind of just threw my previous strategy of saving out the window and just said, I need to go. And it worked. We got the Swan Security Brand Smart USA Chevy in victory lane for the first time in core. I'm excited about that.
Well, congratulations on the race win tonight. Will we see you next week when we go to Iowa?
I mean,
Iowa, yes, Iowa.
Maybe. I'll have to see. I mean, I didn't even plan on racing tonight until I got home, showered after my day, and looked at the time, and I said, oh, session just went up. Might as well hop on. So, nonetheless, really, really fun. Really enjoyed myself.
Well, congratulations on the win. Now, do it when the points count in a couple of weeks, would you?
Yeah, definitely.
Ryan Vargas, race winner tonight here from Atlanta. Congratulations once again, and we'll maybe see you next week. We'll see you again. How about that?
Yeah, I'll see y'all again for sure. Thank you.
Ryan Vargas, your race winner tonight from Atlanta. Second place is Michael Cozy Jr. with Sean.
Cozy, well, let's talk about your the glaring part in the room here. You got that damage. We saw that wall hit off of turn number 4, and I know, and I gotta say, I had my doubts, and I'm like, man, that might have done him in there, but you drove right on past Frisch, and you're reeling Vargas in. Seems like if you had maybe 5 more laps, you would have got there. So tell us how you're able to get that with all the damage on that car.
Yeah, I really don't know, to be honest with you. I'm really pissed that I hit it. I'm pissed that I lost the speed in that little instance too. I'm pissed at the whole thing. I don't know. I was just, once the tires fell off, I kind of, I don't know, I had a feel for it, I guess. And I was hustling the damn thing as hard as I could. But yeah, it stinks. I hate just, man, I came out of there. I knew I was going to have to haul to catch back up to those guys. And I knew I had fresher tires, but I was going to have to haul at the same time. The rear tires, I mean, just slipped like a millimeter, and I just barely kissed that damn thing. But I caught it with the right rear and brought my right front into it. And that's just, no composite body on these things. So, yeah, we tried. Man, that was fun, though. I had a lot of fun, passed a lot of cars, had a lot of good battles. Even though that drives like a cinder block, man, it was a fun time, man. I had a great time.
I mean, it looked pretty fun out there. I mean, you had to come from 12th twice in a row to get back up to the front here. So how hard was passing cars? We know the top lane when it came in was the preferred line, but you had to make the bottom work at some point. So what do you think was the preferred passing lane, do you think, when you had to make your way up through the field like you did?
Yeah, that's a fun thing. It seemed like everything kind of worked at some point for some people. Breyer was really working the bottom in 3 and 4. I was working like the seam. I found some grip with the rear end there in the middle that I really liked. The top in 3 and 4, like the top was really tough because there's a bump up there. But other than that, I ran that a couple times, but you lose too much entry speed. 1 and 2, though, man, you just send her on in there and drive it down off the hill. I don't know. It was just, you find grip where you can, I guess. And, yeah, I don't know. That passing, man, I about wiped out. I hope you got that on the broadcast. Old Sloop and whoever else. I think Frisch was in there somewhere. I was trying to get around him, and I threw a slider on him. Didn't quite clear him, and I let Frisch have a go at him, and I can't remember what happened from there. But, yeah, man, it was just tough to pass, but, man, it's just fun as hell, just especially with a lot of power, man. You really get back in the corners, get back in the gas, sliding the rear end, and just having a good old time, man. It's fun as hell.
But nonetheless, man, y'all two were the class of the field when it came to excitement there. Watching you guys slice through the field was a great thing to witness. But nonetheless, man, you can't be disappointed with a P2. But I mean, knowing you're quite the perfectionist, so you want to win every week. But I know you'll be happy with the P2 nonetheless. But Thanks for talking to us, man. And always a pleasure talking to you. And looked like not a lot of giggling going on in that car, as we were kind of mentioning last week. I was kind of giving Jake a hard time. But nonetheless, man, solid P2 for you. Congratulations, man. Go enjoy it.
All right, thank you very much. See you, boys.
See you later, man. That's Michael Cozy Jr. Jake, back to you.
Let's now go to third place finisher on the night, Michael Frisch with Kevin.
Michael, man, you had a great car all night long. A little bit smaller field tonight compared to Daytona, but it seemed like even though we only had 19 drivers, the competition was fierce, especially with you guys all up in the front.
Oh, yeah. After that first round of pit stops, that stage came out on lap 25, everyone got used to that top line, and everyone got a little bit more competitive. It definitely spiced it up to where it definitely made for some competitive racing.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think we all saw that the high line, especially in 1 and 2, was the top, the benefit, the best line, especially for just one lap speed. But tell us about how hard it became, especially later on in the run to pass. We're talking to Cozy about how hard it was to pass there at the end. Was that inside line really a viable option to get around guys towards the end of the race there?
Not really. It didn't really seem like going down there saved tires either, just because it seemed like coming off the corner, you're just sliding all 4 tires, which you don't want to do because you're just heating up all the tires and you're going to get loose and you're going to get tight and it's not going to be a good time. So we quickly start moving up a little bit to the middle lane to where we're kind of using the right front, but it was definitely driving off the right rear, and everyone was just so even. It was going any higher than what they were, it was just kind of death because that middle lane was so dominant.
Yeah, we saw plenty of gaggles tonight for position. It was really fun to watch. We've been to Daytona and the Super Speedway. We've been to an intermediate now in Atlanta. Next week for the continuation of Fall Brawl, we go to Iowa, 150 laps. How do you feel like you're going to fare with there at the famed 7/8 mile in the cornfields?
You can't. I'm being real. Can we just run it back here tonight? Can we just do it over here? Let's just run it back here, honestly. But no, Iowa will be definitely an interesting track. I don't like the bumps in the one. They can honestly, I'm not gonna say it, but I don't have too kind of words for them.
In Minecraft.
Now wait a second. You finished second when we went to Iowa last year, and the only reason you didn't win is because Harry moved you on the last lap. Hold on now.
Listen, I am tired of finishing second. Okay, I need to win. I need to win. All right. But no, Iowa, it's a short track, kind of a short track. There's a debate. But we'll go there. We'll race. It'll be a race, and hopefully we'll come out with the checkered flag.
Well,
thanks, Chris.
Yeah.
Well, cut.
Michael Frisch with the ultimate pessimism of the evening. Thank you for your third place effort. It was fun watching you guys race tonight.
Thank you, guys.
Jake, back to you.
Well, final thoughts here from tonight at Atlanta. Fun racing?
It was a race that occurred, yes. But I thought it was a fun race to watch. I think Kevin can attest to this too. Atlanta is one of our favorite tracks on the service solely because you can move around so much and the tires get so worn out. You got to search for grip and the car starts sliding everywhere. But these guys look like they're having a blast out there, and that high line was the place to be, it looked like. And we saw a bunch of wall hits there trying to have guys get as high as they could in the corners. So fun race to watch for sure. Hopefully it was as much fun to drive as it was for us to watch.
I think we all love watching drivers just have the ability to have options out there in terms of getting around the track. And I think we saw that tonight. A little bit high lane dominant, as we saw earlier, but it did look like that inside line started to come together. And another track that will have that multi-groove type of racing is at Iowa. We'll have those in the ARCA cars next week. I think, we'll see a little bit of what we saw tonight. People on the very bottom, people in the middle, and people venturing up on that top side. It's going to be a fun race to watch.
Microwave.
Yes. Actually, it's the oven, but thanks for noticing.
Close enough. All right. That's race 2 of 4 of the CORE Fall Brawl. We will be back from Iowa in the ARCA cars. Same time, same place next week. And that'll do it from Atlanta. For Zach Johnson, our producer, Kevin McAdams, and Sean Butler alongside me, I'm Jacob Hitz. Thanks for watching. Ryan Vargas, your winner tonight from Atlanta. We'll see you next week. Good night.